to a secret place where only the moon can see beyond the shores.
Hey, thank you very much for watching my videos. Thank you very much for clicking on my YouTube channel and then on my videos. My name is EKOW SIMPSON. I make YouTube videos from the rural community where I work, and then videos across the country and across Africa and across the world. Today is 11th of April. It's a Saturday, right? 11th of April. And I am in my village now where I teach. Okay, I'm in my village where I teach. Yesterday, there was a video on my channel that got some of my subscribers emotional or concerned with the content of the video. I want to use today's video or today's opportunity to say that it wasn't meant to divide or disintegrate us. Sorry for that. But today, let's talk about education. Education in Ghana. This coronavirus, this pandemic has really done harm to the educational system in Ghana. I am only looking at the rural communities where I find myself, where my school is located. My community is about 15 minutes drive to the Cape Coast Township. So today I came here this morning to make a video to let you know what is on the ground here in the rural community. I'm in my office and I'll show you some videos around the school that tells you that the whole school is empty. Why? Because the government gave the directive that all schools should close down. It should be closed down. All kids should go home, and teachers as well. But I was having a conversation with one of my subscribers. She's in the United States, and then she made mention of EKOW. Why don't you talk to your students so that you can use Zoom? Okay, there's this app on the internet called Zoom that people use for video conferencing and all that, and then chatting and all that. And then she suggested that I get my kids to get on Zoom so that we the teachers can also be on Zoom and then discuss. Have a lesson. If because of the social distancing and all that. But my worry was that how many peoples, let's assume if we should take a lesson right now in my school, then the focus should be on the final year student, the final year, which are those that are in grade 9, okay, moving to the senior secondary school. They have a national examination to write here in Ghana, and when you pass, you just move on and all that. Now, these kids are in the house and they have about 3 months to write their national exams. Per the conversation I was having with my subscriber, an awesome friend, she said, EKOW, talk to your people so that they can get on Zoom. But the question is, how many of the children or even their parents in a rural community have this kind of phone, this Android or smartphone? How many people or how many parents have this smartphone? And aside the parents, where we find ourselves in a rural community, always there's a problem with connection, network, internet connection. So how best are we going to use internet when it comes to education in a rural community? And even if these parents are having Android phones, how are they going to get internet here in the rural community? It wasn't long when I saw a message on WhatsApp from the Ghana education service saying that they are entreating us to get on this portal and have lessons with our students and all that. I don't think they were thinking about those in the rural community, because you've not provided any internet for them. You've not provided any smartphone for them. You've not provided any computer for them. So how is this going to happen? So the thing is that, honestly, this pandemic is really killing us. It's really making things worse. I was coming from Cape Coast today and I couldn't find a soul on the street. I mean, you could find just 1 or 2 people, but most of them were inside, because now the pandemic or the virus is now in Cape Coast. We have one confirmed coronavirus case in Cape Coast. So it would be difficult to really engage my peoples who are in the rural community to get onto the internet and then have a lesson. So they are going to lack. Unlike schools in the urban places, I mean, you have parents who are really working, who understand the use of smartphones and all that. So they will go ahead and then purchase a smartphone, or they will use their smartphone, give it to their kids, and then their teacher, who is also in the urban community, would have access to a smartphone, a laptop, a computer, and internet. So things will be very easy for such a person. Okay, so it is difficult for us here in the rural community to engage these students in school or in education or in a lesson whilst we are on a shutdown, whilst because of the pandemic we are on a stay home whatever thing that we are doing now. Okay, social distancing. You can't separate, you can't be in a class because they are about more than 10 people in a class, and you need to put them together. You have to stand in front of the class and be teaching. So viewers, I really wanted to show you what exactly is happening in our rural communities when it comes to this coronavirus. I will go to the community itself, interview 1 or 2 people, and hear from them whether they understand the case that is going on, or whether they even understand the social distancing. Are they staying home in a rural community, or they might say, hey, nobody is bringing that here, so we got to do what we got to do. So I'll go out there, get an interview with the community, and then we'll get to see what is really happening in the rural community when it comes to this coronavirus. So thank you for checking me out. I appreciate you being part of my subscribers. Happy Easter to you, and I say take care.
Yeah, my name is Mose. As I'm saying, we are in a rural area, and we all heard what is trending in the world. I mean, the coronavirus is killing a lot of people in USA, Italy, and all the countries around the world. We are in a rural area. As I'm saying, we heard everything, and some of the things that we do at the first, we are all stopping it, as going to park, train, I mean getting close with other people, chatting, hugging other people and all those things, as it is banned for the community. We also stop. And as we are saying, if we get into the town, you will see that the people in the village are also, all of them are also in the house. They are not, I mean, going out. They are all keeping ourselves for not getting the virus. And someone will say that why the villagers are also doing this. We don't know who will bring this thing to the village. So as we also get the understanding to do this, we are also protecting ourselves for not getting the coronavirus. Okay, by washing. All right, by washing our hands. As I'm saying now, we have 3 buckets around the village. We have some at the place that we go to toilet. We have some at the place that we get our water from. We have some at the place that we buy something from. So anywhere that you go, if you hug someone, you can go there, then wash your hands, do everything. We need to protect ourselves, because at first we think, oh, this sickness will not go anywhere, but as it enters into our system there, Charlie, we all make word. We are not from we are not from a city like Accra and all those things, but we forced to get ourselves in a room, protect ourselves for not getting the coronavirus.
Yeah, so you know what, I came to the village to find out how my brothers and sisters, how the students that I'm teaching have taken the information about this coronavirus. Okay, so I came here interviewing some of my students. He was my student, I think, last year. He's completed junior high school, so he's now in the senior. So have you heard about the coronavirus in this village?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a virus that is killing so many people in Ghana and other countries.
Wow, okay. So let me be brief. What do you think are some of the things we have to do, or people in the village they have to do, so that the virus doesn't come to this village?
Oh, we have to wash our hands always with the detergent and the soaps, so that we will stay away from the virus.
And then, have you heard of social distancing?
We have heard it by this village. We don't entertain that.
Okay.
Because we know that the virus is not near us, so we don't practice that social distance.
Okay, so he said they don't practice social distance because in the rural community, like I said, they think the virus wouldn't come here. But let me just advise you. I just came from Cape Coast. You don't know where I have been, who I have touched. You see, so if we say that we won't practice it, it will worry us. So let's try and practice. Tell people to stay away. You see, these people who are working, they don't stay here. They are working somewhere. They drive. So maybe they will go to Takrady, meet somebody and come back, and thinking that nobody has gone to bring it. So let's try and stay in our houses and social distance. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In this village, we have heard about coronavirus, but our village, we are start washing our hands and cleaning up and covering our mouth and so many things. But we have recently heard about Italy, that they are dying and so many people are in hospital now. As we have heard that, so as Ghana or as African country, we are already preparing.
What are you people doing?
Oh!
Where then? Now, when to social distance? What's it then? What's it then? What's it? I wanted to woman, Ejina, and I see Ejina. To quit, go back, go and stand there. Also, go and stand there. Social distance. But when them, the man say, "You're born with was a bomb." Is it then winning? So, all right. Bye. Alright, so I got there and I was telling them to separate themselves, and she's asking me what shows the other lady has. The other small girl has a virus, and I'm like, how do you also know? She said, I don't know.
What I know about coronavirus is It's a virus that has been killing so many people in the world. Countries like US, Europe, China, and Italy. These are some of the things that we have to know. We have to use soap and running water to wash our hands and sanitizers and social distance and to stay at home. But in my village, they don't know about that coronavirus. So as for mine, I want the government to send some of the pupils to my community so that they can educate us on coronavirus. I will teach my pupils how to wash their hands with soap and running water and social distance.